from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I am Forecaster John Bordash with you here in the JB Weather Center this evening, continuing to track the threat of strong to severe thunderstorms that could move through the region over the next 4 to 6 or 7 hours as we have a cold front approaching the region. Right now, and I can show you this in a little bit of a better look here. Let me bring you on over. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the entire region, everywhere shaded in pink. So this includes all of Southern Maryland. This goes until 10 o'clock this evening. The main threats are going to come, and I believe I have a graphic to show you this. Main threats are going to be coming from gusty winds and heavy rain, and that's really going to be the issue with these storms racing on through. Hail is also going to be a threat. We could see hail upwards of 1 inch in diameter, and there is a non-zero threat of a tornado, but I really don't think that's going to be our main concern today. I'm really focusing on that damaging wind threat and that potential for flash flooding across the region, and that's why we have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the entire region, and that goes until 10 o'clock this evening, and we could see our severe storm threat last a little longer than that. Coming on over here into live William Richmond Inc. HE radar. Most of our region right now, northern neck of Virginia, central Virginia, southern Maryland, not seeing much of anything right now. It's hot, it's humid, but there are no storms in this area right now. Our storms are right now crossing the I-95 or the I-81 corridor, and these storms out here in the Winchester area, extending down towards Front Royal and Woodstock, they have been very strong, producing winds potentially upwards of 90 miles per hour. That's what the National Weather Service has been highlighting with this. We've seen these begin to weaken a little bit as now they're approaching the Blue Ridge Mountains. But still going to be very dangerous. And these storms are racing to the east at about 55 miles per hour. So if we put a storm track on this line of storms here, again, racing to the east at about 55 miles per hour, this puts it getting towards the I-95 corridor towards Washington, D.C. by about 5:30. And this is just the leading edge of storms. If we zoom out here a little bit, let me get the storm track off of there and let me get our national radar together. If we can get that tab loaded, and it doesn't want to get loaded, which I find comical. Let me just bring you on over here where we let that reset. So let's kind of zoom you on out here. Let me turn the layers off. So we have additional storms back here in West Virginia that we're going to be watching. So we have these storms out moving through the I-81 corridor through Winchester, even a storm north of Baltimore. That's kind of that leading edge, and this is probably going to pass much of our region to the north, but we'll see. This storm down here into the Winchester area has been extending to the south a little bit, and so we'll see if it's able to continue to do that. If it is able to do that, we could maybe see some showers and storms move through our region potentially as early as 6 o'clock. And that's going to be something that we have to watch. Again, that's going to be a very kind of waiting and seeing how things develop as we move on through. But we also have additional storms back out here to the west that are going to have to move east. So we'll see. Again, our entire region's under the severe thunderstorm watch, and I think we're going to need to continue to watch this here over the next few hours. Let's take you on over towards Futurecast. Let's time this out here for you, and I'll let it loop. You can see that it has an initial round of storms passing to our north over the next couple of hours, but then we see those storms begin to move on through our region. I really think as we approach sunset tonight, up through about midnight or 1 a.m. I think it's really going to be the time frame that we're watching with these storms as they move eastward, and they could definitely be strong to severe. We're plenty hot, plenty humid out there right now, so there is a decent amount of storm energy out there for storms to tap into if we can keep that storm energy around. So we'll see how all of this develops. And again, our region does remain under that level 3 enhanced risk of seeing severe weather across our region. Again, the highest threat is to the north, from about Prince Frederick to about the Plata points north under that level 3 risk, but then the rest of us are under that level 2 risk, which is still rather notable as we move through the rest of the evening. And it's really between about now and about 1 a.m. that we're going to need to stay on guard with these storms. And taking you back over here towards radar, you can see where everything is right now. And all of these blue and yellow icons back here, these all represent damage reports. And you can see all the lightning out there as well. So one nasty storm moving to the north of Baltimore, one nasty storm moving through the Frederick area, and then that other nasty storm pushing on through the Winchester area as well. And it's, the amount of storm energy we have out there, it's allowing these storms to have a lot of potential energy to tap into. And the latest information I'm looking at over here, and let me see if I can't get it up over here as well. Let me turn that back on, show you some of the winds we're looking at with this storm right now. They have come down a little bit. So in here, we're still noting winds potentially upwards. Yeah, we see 73 mile an hour gusts. We see that, but if we take this back here over the last hour or so, let me take this back to when it moved right through the Stevens City area. Our radar was estimating, let me take this back just a little further here. Yeah, we saw radar estimating winds up over 90 miles per hour. Now, this is at beam height, so that's several thousand feet in the air. And winds tend to be a little lower the further south you head. So that means it was probably closer to maybe only 80 miles an hour, but still, that's equivalent to an EF0, EF1 tornado as these storms move through Stevens City in portions of Virginia. Now they're going to be pushing here into parts of Loudoun County, northern Fauquier, parts of Prince William County over the next half hour to an hour. And we will see if these storms are able to maintain their strength as they push eastward. The general trajectory of these storms would potentially put them into parts of PG County, northern Calvert, northern Charles, southern Anne Arundel counties as we head towards about 6:30. But again, that's going to be very dependent on if these storms can actually hold together. And I see lots of questions. Waldorf at 7, 8 o'clock. La Plata, are they going to hit Brandywine? Everyone has the risk of seeing severe thunderstorms this evening. Pinpointing the exact timing is a little bit difficult, but just know severe thunderstorms really throughout the evening are going to be possible. I do think anytime after about 7 or 8 seems to be a little bit more likely for our region. But we're going to stay aware. We're under that watch right now, and we're going to remain under that watch through 10 o'clock. We can even see the storms last a little bit longer than that. So stay weather aware. I will continue to have updates here for you. Facebook, where most of you are watching, and on Twitter. jbweather.net is definitely going to be the best tool for you. You can get all of those questions I just answered. You can get those answered over there as well. You have live radar and the live blog to access all right there on the homepage. So stay tuned. Stay weather aware. I'll be here in the Storm Center the rest of the evening, continuing to track everything for you. In the meantime, though, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you for joining me right now. Have a nice and safe one, and keep it tuned right here to JB Weather for the latest information.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.